you have something on the communication and website update?
Rick Hardy?
I need to make the presentation here. My wife tells me I have a big mouth. Can you hear me, or should I bring the microphone over?
Take the mic.
Okay.
Is this okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gentlemen, you ready? All right, good. Self-evident. I prepared 4 concepts, different from one another, in look and feel. My dream goal for the evening is that we can have consensus on a look and feel to proceed from this point forward, so we can move on with the development of the interim website. So with no further ado, let's just start looking at the concepts. I'll just give you a moment to kind of look at it and not rush you through it. Keep in mind that these home pages, they're home pages only, and they're artificial, meaning that the buttons don't really do anything. They're there to imply what will, in time, be real actions. The content is consistent with my original proposal as sent first to Councilman-elect Hardy and then to the rest of you. It was discussed a few weeks ago. Okay? So that's one look. It's got that kind of Nike swoosh kind of look to it. And, that is a panoramic view. I don't know who photographed that, but we need to find out and make sure we get the proper credit. If they're in the room, thank you. All of them have the same general content, again, meaning a means of showing the most urgent meetings, and then I'm looking at the left column, an invitation to view a full city calendar. Then moving to the right column, the most urgent latest news, with an invitation at the bottom to read all news. An invitation to join the mailing list. A dedicated city council page, which could, of course, be also include the city manager and attorney as appropriate. All right. Otherwise, self-explanatory. Links refers to resources, useful resources. Contact us gives the general public a means of communicating to the council and asking questions. Let's go to a third possible look. This is a little different in that it uses a technique which fills the entire screen left to right. I don't mean to go technical on you, but regardless of your screen resolution at home, it will fill the entire screen regardless. That is not a picture of Wildemar, though it could be. It's lovely enough. But it has the same kinds of content. Again, we're looking for hopefully a consensus of just the overall look and feel for the summer. Things are just laid out a little bit differently. And finally, I decided to go a little bit bolder with color and do something like so there's a variety of different looks, but the content again is consistent with that which was in the original proposal for an interim site. We all know that it will grow in time, and this is set up so that it can be expanded quickly, readily, and I think that those expansions will probably come fast and furious as we get going. So I would just like to show you one other thing about this. I can get the magic touch again. This bottom option is called an administration menu, and this will be set up where those events and news announcements and whatnot are not what we call there. With a secure firewall, a security staff-only feature, we will use features and functions like those that you see to maintain a security matrix of users who are allowed, staff members, webmaster, assigned in time, assigned employees to manage the calendar and to manage the news announcements and to manage the email list inclusions as they come. So it's not just a hard, none of those sites is intended to be a hard-coded website. They will be file-driven from a secure back-end system. So I would love to hear your comments, but that concludes the as promised brief presentation. I know it's hard to get consensus on a creative issue for 5 talk to people that probably tend to be Deus right now, but,
Okay. I got some comments.
Okay.
And mostly to do with just my sort of thought about what I would want to see, and I don't know if other city councils do this or not, but I want people to instantaneously be able to contact a city council member and allow to on the website for us. And also to find the department or wherever it is that they're going to need to get information from right away. I know we don't have all these departments, but until we do, the name of the person to contact, who they would talk to about plan development issues or something like that, and probably less real news about Wilmore. I know we do want space about Wilmore. That's just my personal thought.
I understand.
And now someone else have a personal thought.
I like the layout of number 2.
Two is my choice.
Let me go back to that one. Is that the one you were talking about?
It seems easier to read.
Now, Mayor-elect Cashman, not having the departments at this time, are you saying that in the first release, you would want us to start working in that direction, or in the absence of departments kind of implied?
Well, yeah, who are people going to contact? It's not going to be us directly all the time. Plus, sometimes they'll need to be contacting staff. Which staff?
Well, you can take out the latest news part of it, and all the information.
Well, I have a question. Have you looked at some other city websites?
Yes.
For example, okay, because this one, we have email right in the middle. That's not the most important thing. I think when people come to the city website, they're looking for information about our community in terms of what is Wilmar. Especially if they're coming from out of the area or they're developers, I think we need to have, preeminent should be information about Wilmar itself. Typically, you want to join it if you want to look further information that's more down to the bottom. And I agree totally with Bob on the departments.
Sure.
It should have the council members. It doesn't have to be on the first page in terms of all the information, but I think we should have a listing of council members, a listing of the departments, a listing of personnel within those departments. They need to know who our city manager is, who our public works director is. Those are key items for people. I know when I visit county webpages or city webpages, I'm looking specifically usually to talk to somebody or get information about the city or from personnel. And I also agree that we should strike any newspaper articles. There are other websites, and I've said this before, there are other websites that provide newspaper articles. I don't think we should be in the business of that. The Chamber website provides information. WCC provides information. Wilderness provides information of that type, of a general nature.
Right.
We're about the city,
Right.
and I think we should reflect that on our web.
Right. I agree with that. And to add on to it, the application that would control that would not just simply point, well, it would have the ability to point to news articles. It would also have the ability to compose original writings, white papers, press releases, that sort of thing. So that can be original. It's not just pointing to it.
That would be more appropriate. In the future, if the city is doing a newsletter, like Tomato's an email newsletter,
Right.
it's great. And then you can click and find more information about projects going on in the city, things like that. Exactly. I think news about the city from the city is wonderful. But not from newspapers.
Not from newspapers, I understand.
Yeah, I think any of the information we could change all that. We needed to come to consensus on what format.
Right, I think what we're looking for is a look and feel. This is a work in progress. At that point, we can continually update, change, move things around. I agree that we need a link that's going to go to the planning department, a link that's going to go to building and safety. As those come online, those resources will be able to pull down and get to them. But there should be some way to contact them now immediately. The idea is get this up as quickly as possible and get the information out to the public.
Well, in a means that allows growth.